I apologize if you were on the first stream. I had to restream again. That one got cut off on me. All right, let's get started. My name's Kimberly Smith, Papered Chef here. We're going to do a little bit of coloring, a little bit of crafting. Let's create these Halloween Hershey's Nugget Treats with the beautiful Designer Series paper. We'll make two different styles, shall we? So first we're going to use the colors that coordinate with the paper from the Spooky Sweet Halloween. All right, so we're going to take this piece here of Daffodil Delight. That's what we're going to make our tray out of because this is a really bright, colorful thing. And then we're going to take, after that, we're going to try one with some colors that coordinate with some other paper called Spells. Wait, I think Spooky Spell. I forget the name of it already. Something. All right, let's see. Spooky Spells. Basic black. 2-tone cardstock. I remember I got this Halloween Spells. Duh. Okay, that's an easy name. So we'll do some with the Halloween Spells paper. All right, so let's make our tray first. We need our trimmer. I'll have all the measurements written out for you. So it'll be good. It'll be fun. I'm going to go ahead and cut one, and then I'll do another one when I'll write the measurements, and then we'll move on to the next part. This is going to be 2 1/4. And if you've taken my scan and cut tutorials, you can do this with your scan and cut. We've done this before. 2 1/4 by 5. Okay, that's the tray. Now, you may be saying, Paper Chef, what if I don't have 5 Hershey Nuggets? Okay. I'm going to say it, but it's common sense, right? If you don't have 5 Hershey Nuggets, you're going to make it as many inches as you have nuggets. So if you only have 3 Hershey Nuggets, you're going to make it 2 1/4 by 3 inches. If you have 4 Hershey Nuggets, you're going to make it 2 1/4 by 4 inches. See? See? Even 2 nuggets. Even 1 nugget, 1 inch. Do you know what I mean? Each nugget is 1 inch high. Okay? So we get that part. So with that said, we're going to write that down, and then we're going to come back and do another one with another color scheme. Because we're going to make 2 at once, and then I'll even show you a Christmas style. All right, I forgot to bring my little tray to hold all my cute little blends. That's what I forgot. So let's get a piece of paper, which I just had here. Paper. I had a piece of paper. All right, we're going to go like this. Fold this so we can see it. All right. That was from my chocolate to not fall down. Nugget treats. Okay, paper, pen. All right. Now, if you want to get any of the supplies I'm using, I do have a link to my Amazon store. You can get your Hershey's Nuggets. You can get the bags I'm using because Stampin' Up! No longer sells those kind of bags. You want the 2-inch ones on my store, not the other ones. Hershey's. It doesn't cost you any extra by using my link. And my link only works in the U.S., but you could still use it in other countries. It'll just link you to something in your other country. I'm only an affiliate in the U.S. Okay? So it's Hershey's Nuggets. These are little pieces of heaven if you're not familiar with this candy. It is like the most wonderful candy, and I'm so glad, Labor Day has passed. It's not as hot, and I thought it's time to start crafting with some chocolate. I've been sending hard candies all season, and I didn't want anything to melt, so now I'm going to start using the chocolate in my crafts. All right, so the tray is going to be like this, right? It's going to look like that, and you're going to score it on the sides. There are my little score lines. Okay, so the tray is 5 inches times 2 1/4 inch. And you're going to score it at 3/8 inch on both sides. Okay, I'll leave that there for a moment, and maybe you can even craft along with me. Have some spooky fun yourself. Now, I'm going to do one with the Halloween spells. So I thought, we could use a grape, a gorgeous grape, or a pumpkin pie. You don't have those stickers. You have this paper. So we're going to get something that coordinates. Or black. Of course, black will always look good. So let's see. Oh, I have plenty of gorgeous grape. Now, when I'm about to do a Hershey Nugget treat, what I do is I have a lot of cardstock, but what I do is I look for the ones that maybe didn't make it into my card kits because maybe there's a little bend on the corner, because sometimes when they ship it, the first piece gets a little bent, and that's actually kind of common. So that's the piece that I always leave it in the front of my package, and instead of making cards with it, doesn't pass muster, I then use it for my trays. All right, you can do a bunch of these at once, but let's just go ahead and do, oh yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and make the 5-inch side, right? And then I can make a couple trays or get them ready anyway. 5 by 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Let's see how many we can get out of this. 2 1/4. All right, we'll save this other scrap. I just put it in with my, I tend to put all my scraps inside my packages like this when I'm done. And I'll put it right back on my wall with the purple. So here are our trays. All right, so only rule for your trays is you want to get things, you want to make trays that coordinate with your designer series paper. So we're going to use this designer series paper, the Halloween, or the one that we're using for this workshop series, or Spooky Sweet. And there's lots of scraps, right? So it's time to do, we're going to still make a couple cards, but, you know, or we still have a shaker card to make. So I'm just using up scraps to make the little, so like this one I didn't want to use for the treats because I thought that's a cute card background, but I have lots of little scraps from that. This is also a cute card background. We'll see what to use. But anyway, anywho, here's our trays. So we need one of each tray, and now we're going to take our Simply Scored. Now, if you have a trimmer, you can just use your trimmer to score, but I like to use the Simply Scored tool. Use the right tool for the job. This is just better for scoring. Now we're going to take our trays, and we're just going to put them here on our Simply Scored, and we're going to take out the stylus. There's 2 sides. I'm going to use the smaller side of the stylus. So we're going to go 3/8 of an inch. 1, 2, 3. See, it's the third little nib over. Okay, and I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 3/8 of an inch on both sides. Okay, that is your tray. Now you're going to turn it over. Get your bone folder, flip it around, turn it over, burnish the edges. Add a little hitchhiker on there. Okay, and we're going to turn it over, burnish the edges, and that is our nice sturdy tray. Do you want to use designer series paper? No, not a good idea. Use it at your own risk. I mean, I keep bags and bags of these just made. I make so many of these, even some retired colors. When I go to craft fairs, I use retired colors. I have bags and bags of just extra cardstock ready to go for all my trays to make these all the time. I make these all the time. 1, 2, 3. This is my best-selling. It almost always is. There's that one craft fair exception. I hardly ever sell cards, no matter how many cards I bring, no matter how cute they are, no matter what my display looks like. I always do it better with 3D items. I'm gonna flip it over, and I just do better when I sell 3D items. So do you see it? See that? I'm just gonna show you closer. There's the little lines on this 1, 2, 3. Each of these are 1/8. Unlike your trimmer, I'm gonna get rid of that now. Your trimmer has 1/16 of an inch on it. Okay, so just be aware of that. The Simply Scored has 1/8 of an inch, and this one has, that end has 1/16 of an inch. All right, now we're gonna just get a bunch of scraps. We're gonna have some fun. Oh, thank you guys for saying hi when you come in. I should have made my camera brighter so I could see everyone's name, but I'll say hi to you back. Let's take these, first of all, let's take our small pieces. Okay, we're gonna take pieces that we're not using, like this one I use for the topper, but I can also use it for the background. This one is a piece of Halloween spell, so I'm gonna put that over there. I'm gonna tilt this so you can see it kind of just lining up my scraps over there. This one was so cute, I'd saved the flamingo so the face could be on the nugget. I mean, isn't that funny? I just put it like a random flamingo with like a little party hat on, a little tiara. Maybe I could try to make one of these fit on there, but I think I can get her to fit on there. So it's just, that's how you're going to cut your scraps. You're just going to get them and get little pieces out. This is a great way to use up your scraps, by the way. It's another piece of Halloween spells. All right, another piece. There's just some pieces over here. All right, now this piece here. Oh yeah, Petunia Pop. That's a good one. I'm probably going to use, I really like this side, so I'm going to use this side for my little Hershey nuggets. So you basically want 1 inch by 3 1/4. Okay? 1 inch by 3 1/4. We'll write it down. Just go ahead and do a couple of those. Cut off the sort of bent sides. Oh, that might even be cute for the front of the nugget. I'm probably going to use the Petunia Pop side. All right, so let's keep throwing scraps in this little bag. And I'm going to see what else I have over here. Look, this is a perfect scrap. I can just use that. And I may already have, this is one of the banners from before. Some of those might make good scraps. And I already have one cut out from earlier. All right, so you want to kind of mix and match the colors, and we'll do something with this page in a moment, but let's see what I could do with this little flamingo. So I want to, first of all, get this little guy kind of centered. See if I can do that again. I just happen to have a scrap that had the flamingo in it, and I think I can do that again. All right, that's good. Now we're going to get the nugget and see how I can sort of wrap it around with the head again. I'll do that again. So it's just kind of silly. All right. So these are, we're going to do that one first, by the way. We're going to just, I cut the paper crooked. All right, we'll keep cutting more scraps as needed, but let me just write that down for you so you can get started, and I can just keep on playing over here with my trimmer so you guys get the idea. All right, so this is what we're making. We have our trays. Okay, I'm putting that in the picture. I thought I burnished the edges of my gorgeous grape tray. Here it is. We have 2 Halloween Hershey Nugget trays. And we have a tray. Now we have, I'm going to put a line because we're going to put the treat next. So put a little line there. Because these are the 2 separate measurements. My pen disappeared. It's amazing how that works. Pen. Okay. We have wrapper. Or wrappers. Times you need 5 of them. Okay. And we're going to make them 3 1/4 inch times 1 inch. All right. So that's it. That's how to make your whole entire project. Now we're just going to start wrapping them. And then we'll get, you can either use your tear and tape. Oops, my Seal Plus is empty. I'll just use tear and tape. Now they're going to stay on the nugget, and they're going to stay on because they also stay on the tray itself, because you're going to put some of this tape on the tray itself. Now, someone's going to unwrap them easy enough and eat them. But sometimes, like me, I just kind of admire them. Don't really eat them. They're so cute. Okay, this one's going to go over here with the Daffodil Delight. And we're going to put one with this flamingo on it. We'll put a dark. So the Hershey Nuggets have nuts in them. So be sure people you're giving them to know that. And then if I was going to a craft fair, I'd put that on the actual wrapper on the bottom of it. You know, this contains nuts. I'm moving it down a little so you can see the head. So someone's going to go, why is there a flamingo on my Halloween treat? They're not going to know why. It's part of the design. I'm going to use that side for this one. Piece of. So the ones that are silver are just milk chocolate. And then the ones that are gold have the almonds in them. So you can be kind of like alternating. Well, it depends. We'll put milk chocolate, gold. Then we'll put like that. We'll do milk chocolate again, and then we'll do gold and like milk chocolate. So I do kind of arrange that, and then I try to do the wrappers like whatever contrast. So this is going to be one of them. I'm just over here cutting my wrappers. 3 1/4. And soon you'll have this memorized because you'll be making so many of these. You'll go, oh, I get it. I don't have to think about it. And I like using that for one of them because this is just the cutest little paper. It actually has little tiny candy corns on it. So yeah, that one's gonna, I think that one's should go in the middle. And I usually make sure that the adhesive goes all the way around, but we're gonna also have some adhesive on the tray itself, holding it on there. All right, so the Daffodil Delight is already tying in with the colors from the candy corn. With the color from the candy corn. And so there's like little candies like that. So there's your tray of nuggets. Isn't that beautiful? And after you design it, you slide it off. I want to keep it in that order. Remember I said light, dark, light, dark. It might not be a big deal, but if you have different kinds of nuggets, you want to kind of alternate between the patterns of the nuggets. There's one that's my leftover from my Christmas. I'll show you my Christmas treat later, as well as some other Halloween treats we've been making. It's been a while since I did Halloween because after my Halloween tutorials, I got involved in, I think, my card club or something. And then we're getting back to Halloween this month. We're going to be doing this all month with the Halloween workshop. Lots of 3D items. That's kind of what I specialize in, or like what I like to do for Halloween. I do a few cards here and there, but I really like to make Halloween treats. So I'm pushing this against the little ledge, and I'm just lining them up onto the adhesive. The one little line of adhesive. Okay, that's going to be the top. You're going to take your bags that are linked up in the description of the video in my Amazon store, because Stampin' Up! Used to sell the bags. I can show you the ones they used to sell. Very hard to get a hold of them lately. Let's see if I have any left of those. Yes. There's just a few left. We used to sell this kind like this. Cellophane bags, but we don't anymore. So I just have a few left of those. So I found another way to make them. And the only thing about these is like, the ones we used to sell were 8 inches and they were like fine to work with, but these are like 10. So what you need to do is just cut off some, because otherwise it's too hard to work with. And you can use your trimmer for that. I mean, cut off a couple inches at least just to make it easier to work with, but still have enough for the top. Yeah, that's about right. Just cut off a few inches and then slip it in there. And you'll see, because the topper, when you put on the topper, you don't want, see how it goes in there perfectly? So professional, not puffy. Now, if you don't have this though, use the cute little cellophane bags that we do sell and just wrap it around the back and like, tape it and stuff. But this is like perfect for nuggets. I experiment so you don't have to. I already have the perfect little wrapping for that. All right, so that is that. I'm gonna put that there so you can see that. Now we're gonna do one with the other paper. Same thing. Oh, that was from my box. I'll use this scrap here. I'm just using the paper called Halloween Spells and just doing the same thing again with the 3 1/4 by 1 inch. A few little wrappers. We'll do both sides of that. Like I said, great way to use up your scraps. Okay, we have a grape one that matches our tray. And we have a black one. So this time I'm gonna put the black one on the silver, because I think they'll go together. Let's find the tear and tape. Tear and tape. And if you at least need 2 patterns of paper. You don't need as many patterns. I'm just trying to, because it's Halloween, I'm making all the patterns different. Usually I kind of alternate one and then another. So you need at least 2 patterns of paper to alternate. We'll do a gold one with that one. Okay, then we'll do, I love that stripe paper. I think I'm going to use a piece of the stripe paper. Okay. This piece I think will be that might be cute for the wrapper. And let's see what else. I don't know if this one, the back of that's going to be perfect. Okay, what is this already? Some of this green. Okay, here, this might be a good for the, that might be, let's see. I think that will make a good topper because it says potions and spells. This one, I'm going to use this piece here for the wrapper because this one, that one's good because this one is like, the other piece was good for other things. All right, we're going to go with this. So you kind of see how I work here. I'm just going to go in and get piece 1 inch. I really do make it up as I go along. I just decide what's going to look good. And I'll just cut a couple of them so we have the backs. See what we need here. That might work for the back. All right. And then this piece, see, if you can at least get 3 inches, see how I got a little bit more than 3 inches? I'm thinking this paper is going to be great for wrapping the other direction. So I'm going to go with, if it's not quite 3 1/4, it's okay. As long as it's at least 3 to wrap it in. I'm going to go ahead and use up those other scraps. Because those are going to make great little wrappers. And this little piece is all that's left, the orange one, the orange side. So we're going to go with the 1 inch. All right, I'm just going and getting a bunch of these ready. All right, we have more than enough. Putting the trimmer away for now until we do the top because we still have the top. The topper. I'm putting that over there for now. So let's make some of these. The topper is going to be easy. It's just kind of like it depends on your height. So let's do, here we'll do, I'm going to do this style, one of them, and 2 of these. Okay. So then we're just going to start to line it up. So, you know, see how that goes. So if we have 2 of those, they're going to be kind of like that. Let's see. Maybe we'll go like that. So that's going to be my pattern. So gold, silver, copper, gold, and silver. Okay, so that'll be my little pattern. And now it's which one goes with what. So that one is orange. So I'm not going to put it on the orange one. I'm going to put that on. Let's see. I'm going to put that one on the top one. Like that. Okay, I'm going to put that one on the top one. I don't think I'm going to use the pool party side. The pool party side doesn't look very Halloweenish, does it? Yeah, we'll see a little bit of a stripe there. We'll put it like that. Okay. Maybe like that. So I'm just kind of playing around with the pattern because I'm going to use the orange one down there, and I didn't want the orange next to the purple. Or should I say I didn't want the pumpkin pie next to the petunia pop. Okay, and then we'll put the green in the middle. Granny apple green, to be exact. Or so, and the purple was not petunia pop. The purple is gorgeous grape on this one. The petunia pop is the purple for the other one. So now this is the style. It all goes together. Okay, slide them off. And look, it's completely different. A different theme, so you have a whole different vibe going on. But still Halloween. So it's important to follow your theme through with the paper. This isn't one of those projects where you want to mix and match the paper. Okay, I'm just going to line it up against the other one. You kind of want to line it up because push it. Well, here, I'll just use my, it gets better if I use the ledge of my tray. Okay, for the first one. I forgot my order already. All right, that's the middle one. Oh, this was it, I guess. Well, okay, then that's going to be here. Yeah, okay. And it's a perfect height. And the little sides are good. And these are yum, yum, yum. In fact, I feel like eating one right now. Let's get rid of the extra scraps. Put them in my little bowl with my nuggets. All right, now we're going to take one more bag and cut it. And then we're going to make the toppers. Okay, cutting a little bit of it off. Putting it in here. All right, so now that is flat. Lynn's like, cover the gold one. She don't like gold. Hi, Lynn. How you doing? Thank you for remembering to like and share and all the things you guys do to the videos. Okay, what do I sell these for, Melissa Sullivan? $5 easily. I mean, and then I say easily, but sometimes $3. It depends on my crowd, right? So like, okay, if you pay for a lot for your table, you typically sell them for $5 because people there usually pay to get in, and usually people there buy more high-end stuff, so they're $5, okay? Now, if I'm at my church, you know, where it was like $20 for a table, I don't need to make my $150 back. Like my table was $20, whatever, you know what I'm saying, $25. You get the idea. If I'm at my church, and first of all, I'm only there to help my church out for the craft fair, and I don't really, like, I didn't spend a lot. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm making this 2 1/4, okay? The topper. I'm going to go ahead and do it 2 1/4. I want to try not to cut off the little thing. So, but if I'm somewhere else, I might only get, you know, $3 for them, 2 for $5, right? But do not sell these less than $3. These are a lot of work. But like I'm saying, I usually get $5. The most I've ever got was like, let me see, 6 dinar. Trying to think, 5 or 6, and there was like 2.73. I think I got like $12 for these one time, each. Like the most I ever sold them for. Right? But so I mean, I've sold them for like as little as 3, as much as 12. But you got to go like whatever the market will bear. So it's 2 1/4. But I was just making sure I got the books in there. All right, 2 1/4, and then let's do the topper for the other paper. Now for these, I was thinking instead of 2 1/4 wide for the other paper, I had some little scraps that already had they already look like little toppers, and I was going to try to use them and see if that would work. The way I look at crafting now is completely, like, I used to try to make a lot of money at craft fairs, and I realized it's not like you don't make a whole lot of money when you count, like, your time and your gas and your, you know, all the things, right? But it's a joyful thing to, like, network with people and bring joy to others. And the way I look at it is if, like, somebody doesn't want to get it for, like, my minimum of, like, say, 3, and like I said, this is easily $5, but I'm going to be giving these away. But I'm saying if they don't want to pay that, I'd rather give this to friends, waiter, teachers, you know what I'm saying, priest, anybody. Like, I'd rather give this away than somebody not wanting to pay at least like a fair value. Does that make sense? Like, don't sell something just to think you're going to make money off it and you don't want to lose money. You're better off making them and giving them all away than taking less than what they're worth, right? That's what I think. Now, this one's not quite 2 1/4, but what I like about this here is that these are already made like this. They're already like perfect little toppers. So I just thought I'd try using these because I just cut them out of the designer series paper. They're already made like this. Look at that, perfect. So I can put that on the front and that on the back, and see that'll go on this one. Perfect, right? So it's not quite 2 1/4 wide, and it's a little taller than I'm used to. I usually go 5 inches tall, but this time you can go with like 5.5 or 6. Basically, this was a 5.5 tall and then folded in half. I think I'm going to go for like, let's just see what this one was and make them a little taller. The topper. This one was 3.5, so 7 inches. So we could try like a 7-inch one. Or I'll do a 6. I'll do a 6 for this one, 6 inches. Okay, so we have a 6-inch one. This will be a 5.5-inch one, and then this one is a, let's see, 7-inch one. So bottom line is you're just gonna make. I'll write it down. You're making a topper. I'm thinking this is a good size. I'm gonna go with the 6 just for this. Now usually I do 5, but I'm gonna go for the 6 for this one. And then we're gonna put some adhesive on it. You can fold it and use your bone folder if you want. Right? All right, so let's write that down. The topper is, the more important thing is the width of the topper rather than the height of the topper, because You're just folding the paper in half. So now we got topper. And it is, okay, we're going to say 6 inches times 2 1/4. And then I'm going to say, or 7, or 5, right? Or 5 1/2, you know, yada, yada, yada. Basically, this is the part that's important, the 2 1/4. So that's your topper. Go ahead and write that down. And we're going to put some, here, tear and tape. I'm gonna make sure I put it on the sides, you know, kind of on the sides, like so it closes, but also down the middle. I just put, I know it kind of makes it rip, you know, but it's okay if they rip it. Sometimes they just cut it open with a pair of scissors. I'd rather it stay on real good. I put some in the middle. I like to have the sides closed, but then I put a little bit down the middle like that too, at least. Or you can even put a whole row down the middle. So the topper really stays on. Okay, and we're gonna put this down like so. Wait. Okay, my little bag is crooked. Okay, so lay it down there. And it's kind of off center, but it should have touched both sides of the little off center there. It should have touched both sides and the middle. Okay, there you go. That's perfect. All right, now, the topper is a little wider than it needs to be because I put a little extra adhesive here so that it closes. Oops. Of course, check that your paper's not upside down. Come on now. I don't think the other one matters as much, but oh boy. This is the real deal. This is what happens. Okay, I'm even putting some more there. Come on now. Don't rip on me. Luckily, this paper is 2-ply, so if it rips a little, there's still that white inner core. All right, we're going to flip. Here, flip it around. We want the potions and spells to not be upside down on the topper. I don't think I even need a critter on that one. I'm just going to see if instead of doing any critters today, die cutting and all that business, I can just use something from the punch outs. All right, so there you go. I mean, it's cute the way it is, right? Now, we will put the topper on that one. Okay. And then when we're all done, you can take your picture. So let me get rid of this for a second because it's getting on my nerves. It keeps getting in the way. Okay, we're going to put that side. Okay, the skull is upside down. Huh, I wonder why they made it like, oh, because each one's a separate little tag. All right, so be it. The skull will be upside down because I like that. I like that for the front side. Unless, if we did put it on the back, nope, it'd still be upside down. Okay, just the way it is. It's just the way it is. All right, I'm using way too much adhesive on these because you don't really need to use that much, but just like on my packages, my friend Lynn here is like, it takes me an hour to open your packages. You're using way too much tape. And I'm like, no wonder I just bought, like, I literally had to go buy 10 rolls of tape this weekend. I use so much tape. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop using so much tape because I don't want anything to happen to my packages, but I also don't want to waste so much money on tape. Okay, that one should be good. Yeah, it's a little tight. It's not as wide as it could be. I'm going to push the tray up a little so it's not as floppy. I don't know. I might go back to paper. I'm kind of thinking. Here, let's see if we put, you know what? When I put a little bow on it, it might help. Put a little bow on that. Because if it's loose, that's where you can put the ribbon right there. Yeah, that might work. Just don't want it to be so floppy. I love this gold mesh. If you guys love it, I can't believe they're just continuing it. It's like, please don't before I get some more. The catalog's going live, so I'll be ordering it like 2 in the morning tonight, which is Salt Lake City time midnight. If it goes live at that time, I hope it does. Hope they don't make us wait till tomorrow. Does anybody know what time it goes live? Okay, see? Now it's not as floppy. All right, so now we're going to look at what we can put on it. We have these little punch outs. So some of these will be cute. Like we could do a little, yeah. So instead of one of these little critters, because this is on a wobble spring and it's really cute and it's on a wobble, but you don't need all that. You can use some of the cute things that are already part of your ephemera pack, right? So, and there's ephemera that already says Happy Halloween, but we can just use, I already have some of these cut out that say, don't worry, eat sweets from our last video. So I remember I was like, I always said, let's make a bunch of these at once. So that was when we get to use them. We already made them, so we don't have to keep making them. Mini punch. Okay, if you got a Christmas mini punch. If you got the 3 Christmas mini punch. Yes, I have that. You could decorate the Christmas chocolates with the mini punch. Oh, I didn't get the 3. No. I didn't get the 3 Christmas mini punch. I thought you meant the little punch. I got the little punch here, which is great for hanging these. Like if these were in a store. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the different shapes. Yes, we can make Christmas ones that way. Good, Lynn. Cool. I'm just putting a couple little dimensionals on it. All right, so I'm going to put a little witches here. We'll put one of these little guys. We'll put this little potion. Oh, wait, that other one looks like it needs a potion. We'll put one of these. I'm going to put a potions and spell over there. Yeah, that one goes over there because that looks like a potion or a spell. Let's see. I'm going to put... Oh, here, this little guy. This little guy's cute. Oops. He's cute. Now, sometimes because I punched it out of this paper, I just either cut off the nibs. I call them little nibs. Or I just get my little buffer. Great to have. Got this at 5 and Below. That little store called 5 Below. 5 Below or 5 and Below. I'm going to put him down here. And we're going to put Don't Worry, Eat Sweets at the top. And I'm going to put the broom. I think the broom would look cute on there. But it matches this one. So I'm going to put the broom over. I'm going to put the broom on that one. I was originally thinking it would go cute across, but you don't want to block all your Hershey nuggets. Sometimes it's good to put the extra little sides on something to keep it from flopping around. Okay. And then always your wink of Stella. It's always a good idea. Put that on there. That's always like a way to sparkle stuff up. The little bat carrying a pumpkin. Oh, you know what? This really ties in well with the sketch of the flamingo down there. That ties in because it's the same thing. So that's cute as can be. And then we'll put the Don't Worry, Eat Sweets. We need a little angle cut here. Just so it all fits. And then using up. These are just dimensionals. Don't ever throw the ones away from your little paper pumpkin kits and all. I use those little sheets all the time on my projects. Don't worry. Eat sweets. Don't worry. Be happy. Oh my goodness. Cuteness overload with that little guy. And then we're going to do one over here. Okay. I'm thinking down there because I don't want to block the potions and spells. I think I might cover. I don't know. What do you guys think? On the nuggets or like maybe up here where, like, just say top or bottom. Like up here, I'd have to try to not block, the things. It looks like a lot going on that. Thank you, Melody, telling everyone to remember to like the video. Nice to see you. Rosemary, thank you for posting in the VIP group today. Hi, Cards by Chris. Add ribbon and a small cauldron. Cauldron. Yeah, I was going to do a cauldron. It just was so big. Here, we could do it. We'll do a candy corn, though. Candy corns are awesome on these projects. I love these little... I love this paper because of all the cute little ephemera to decorate with. Yeah, it's time to start making them, Chris, because you can never have too many made. If I made like 100, you'd sell more at the craft fair because what you do is you put them on trays and lay them all out, and then you sell more because you have more made. And then you can have more to give away. So, hi, Elaine. I should say Elena, not Elaine. Sorry. Yep, greetings from Southern California. Hi, Pat Williams. Thank you. I'm glad you think they're adorable. And Yvette's here from Jacksonville. Nice to see you. How much are the Stampin' Up! Catalogs? They're, Paulette, how much are the Stampin' Up! Catalogs? Well, I'll send it to you for free. Just use my QR code. Did I even show the QR code tonight? I'm sending these out for free. This catalog. I do charge for the annual ones because they cost a fortune to ship. And these cost money to ship too, but I still send them out free. You get my QR codes. Mm-hmm. I can never find this stuff when I'm looking for it, so I made myself a bucket of all the things going on, like my bingo. And anyway, that's the QR code if you want to order a catalog. And let me see what you guys are saying about. Okay, top. You're saying you're saying put the decoration on the top. Hi, Lori. Nice to see you again. I sent you a package. Whoops. Thank you all for coming to my auction last Friday. It was so fun. We went on for like 7 hours that day. It was insane. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you for being a YouTube channel member. And Christina, also, I appreciate you being YouTube channel member. And Christina, I didn't send your package yet. I'm sorry, but I will tomorrow or the next day. Okay, so let's see. That is how you get your catalog. Okay, we're good with that. So this goes live tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but I will be able to tomorrow night. My plan is, the reason I want to do this Halloween thing tonight, my plan is to go through this catalog page by page. I can't open it yet. We're not allowed to open it till tomorrow, but I will walk through it page by page with you tomorrow night. It won't be this late, but kind of late. Okay, so we said top. Okay, so top, and now since it's going to be top, I want to still put the potion on it. So we're going to go like, well, maybe I'll put the potion right there. Let's see, potions and spells. Don't worry, eat sweets. Let's see, potions and spells. Ha, maybe I think that side, because this works on that side. There's more room on that side for the little potion bottle. I think the potion bottle needs to be on there because it kind of goes with the theme. We're going to put the potion bottle on there first because it kind of makes everything else, stay in place. Okay, that little bit of adhesive. Here, let's see if I can't. Maybe I could put one on the back so it doesn't look real weird, all that upside down stuff. I mean, one side's going to be upside down. It is what it is, but we'll put this on the back anyhow. I could put my little cauldron on there, but yeah, that'll be cute on the back. All right, so back to this. Don't worry, eat sweets. All right, putting this on the corner, putting it right there. I'm just kind of putting it at an angle there and a little bit at an angle there so that these two kind of don't clash with the other one, with the other letters, different font. Oh, cute. Okay, now we need a little candy corn. I'm going to put that right on the middle, down there. And even though these two are part of the other color scheme, they do go together still. They still kind of look cute on that side. Oops. Let me get my little... Oh, I found these again. You guys, these are back at the $1.25 tree. These little trash cans. I got one the other day that's teal for my craft room. This one I've had for ages, and people keep asking where I got it. And the other day I found some at the Dollar Tree. I was like, yay. I love this little craft trash can. I fill it like several times a day, but it's better than trying to reach around and trying to get a big trash can near my table. All right, so back to this. Now we have everything that we need to now give you the measurements. I will tell you about the colors I used for coloring, but I didn't get to do the coloring. I did the coloring the other day, so we don't need to color every single day. We're going to just talk about the colors I used on that guy. And the stamp set I've used, of course, is part of the bundle, Spooky Halloween, where I use Don't Worry, Eat Sweets. I use this all the time, the sentiment, and you cannot use Spooky Happy Halloween. And I'll show you other things I made. These are your two focal elements. You got your cat, trick-or-treater, and you got your little dog monster. Okay, so those are your three. And that one needs a ribbon. And the ribbon is really cool on this because it Oh, and you can use silver. If you guys have, let's use a silver. Oh, Lynn's going to like that I used a silver. Okay, this one, thank you guys, like my customers. When I say on this channel, oh my gosh, I wish I had some silver because it retired. And then out of the blue, you send it to me. It was so cool. So a lot of fun stuff. So I'm using it. Don't worry. When I say I wish I had something. So this one I'm going to get more of before it retires. So this one's a bow. And then this one's just a little knot. And I don't think I need it quite as long. Like a little, okay. So just, it looks like a spider web, which is really why it's so cool for Halloween. And that when it originally came out, this silver mesh, metallic mesh, it was with the Halloween suite. Then they retired it. Then this one came out this year, and now it's already on the last chance list. And I'm like, what in the actual heck is going on? This is like the best ribbon ever. It's one of my favorites. I love this one. These I love. Glittered organdy. That's one of my favorite ribbons, and I love this leaf ribbon they made years ago. Anywho, let's get to the measurements again so you can take your picture, and then I'll talk about the colors. Just so we don't lose that one paper that I promised to show you again with the measurements on it. Okay, there's the catalog, and there's the measurements. All right, here we go. Here, we'll put it like that. Hershey Nugget Treats. Right here, this is my original. There's my other one with the spooky sweet, and then we'll put the extra one over there. So we have, this is all the paper that you were sent in your kit, so I was trying to use up the different papers that I sent you copies of. We'll put that little banner there. All right, and let me keep saying hello. Yeah, right, Lynn? You wish you had more of it too, right? It's like, we can find things individually, from different places. I mean, you can find other things, so. Like, eBay or whatever. But it's just kind of hard to find somebody that has like a few rolls of it. All right, so Melissa's watching from Texas. Hello, hello. Tracy, nice to see you again. Thank you for being on all the auctions with me Friday. That was fun. Or Saturday, too. Was that Saturday? We were on there again. Maybe Sunday. There was all kinds of sales going on this weekend. I need to now make more money to pay for all of this new holiday catalog coming out. Hello, Paulette. Nice to see you again. And Lori's here from Ohio. Dawn is here. Hello, Dawn. And Ginger Snap. Love your name. All right, so Paulette, did you go and you request a catalog? If you missed it, it's in the link in the description. Or in this here, I also put it there. I put a link to, like, in my Stampin' Up! Store, I put a link to all my offerings, which I'll go over later. And you can also just go there. So be sure to request the catalog soon. Because it's out for a few months, but you want to get things before they start running out. Just saying. Sometimes it happens. All right. So Rosemary's waiting for bingo. Did I send it? I don't know. I think I did. Pretty sure. Unless you got something else too, right? The catalog goes live at 12 a.m. Mountain Time or 2 a.m. Eastern. Thank you, Lori, for checking on that for me. Yay, I'll be up at 2 a.m. doing it. All right, so in your kit, you had this little bag of dies, like a little bag like this. Now, in your bag, this is if you got these ones had to have wobble springs. If you got my kit, my workshop kit, you had a wobble spring in there. So I want you to take out your wobble spring and, attach it to your little critters, at least for one of your projects, to make them wobble. Isn't that cute? Okay, so that's one thing. And then the other thing is I used the Daffodil Delight, and I put down that you have nuts on there. That's what I usually put. And then for the colors, and I don't know if I have a Christmas one to show you, but I also didn't put pictures on that. So I'll go ahead and show you my Christmas one. And then I'll talk about the colors so you can get to stare at this one. Okay, so this was made some retired Christmas papers. And as you can see, I had some extra scraps, and I have another one ready to go. So this is Holly and Jolly, and just made with some, I think it was called Painted Christmas. I also used the mesh. You can see how I used it behind there. I used some twine on the tag. I used some of those berries. I used a real red. I liked using paper that goes in both directions, so that's another example for you. We'll put that over there. All right, so now back to the colors. Back to the colors of this little guy. I wanted to use Petunia Pop because it's part of this paper. I wanted to use Daffodil Delight for a couple of reasons. One, it's part of the paper. It's coordinating colors with the paper, but also because it's the tray. It's on the candy corn. It's on this little piece of paper, and I wanted to tie it into the skirt. See, so just use a little bit of Daffodil Delight on the skirt. And then I wanted to use, again, like we did before for the cat, the crumb cake and ivory. The ivory for the face, the front of the face, and the dark and light crumb cake for the rest of the head. So just like I did before, so if you missed that. So there's ivory, light and dark crumb cake. I'm not writing this all down because we didn't actually do it. But I love markers. I'm sad that they're going away. You guys, they're on the last chance list. So if you're shopping, don't forget to get markers. These are fantastic. They come in sets of 10. I already have some of the markers now. These are Regals and Brights. They're $35 for a set of 10, and Stampin' Up! Is not making them anymore. So these are going to be collector's items soon. Neutrals. And what was the other? Subtles. Did I get Regals? Hold on. Oh, I got Regals. Okay, here are your 4. And then we have in colors. They're not $35. They'd be half because I think they're half. The in colors have 5 in a package. The 2 in color sets. So these are the sets of markers. If you like these, get them now on the last chance list. They're not on sale, but they're not going to make them anymore. And you're going to be sorry if you don't have markers because I personally use them all the time. And you see me selling a lot of markers in my auction, but that's because I have they're from retired colors. When I have a current color like these, I even one or two of the markers, and I use them all the time. Okay, so back to the markers. When you have tiny items like the nose of this cat, the little stockings, I use the lemon lime twist and the granny apple green for the stockings. I use these because these are better for fine tip coloring. Now, they were also good in the past. Many people have used this brush side for coloring your red rubber stamps, which we're not going to be making anymore. But you can just use them to color any small bits of things. Now, we're still going to have lots of blends markers. They're alcohol markers, but they're for a different purpose. All right, let's show you some more Halloween stuff. So now you know how to make a Hershey Nugget treat. Go ahead and make yourself like 100 of these. I'm not kidding. I'm talking about it for like, not necessarily for Halloween. If you are going to make these for people, just make sure you tell them that there's nuts. And I'm going to be putting that on the back with my stickers. Sometime I'll try to show you that before the end of the Halloween series. And I'll show you how I do it for a craft runner. For this one, I'd put, created by Kimberly Smith, the Papered Chef. Contains Hershey Nugget almond treats, contains nuts. And I'll show you how we do that. I'll hopefully do that for next time. Okay, so now, as I show you my next projects, don't forget I have a Holly Jolly Bingo. Oh, no, a Jolly Delivery Bingo. You can purchase this stamp set for the bingo and the bundle, which is absolutely fantastic. It has the greatest little box. You can purchase the bundle tonight at 2 in the morning from my Stampin' Up! Store. As the catalog goes live. Tomorrow night, we'll do something with it. We'll do some, I'll show you the box. We'll show you the box. All right, so back to this. These are some things. Oh, by the way, in the bingo, we do Zoom. We're on Zoom. We play bingo. You have prizes. You have a chance to win different bundles. And then you also make 3 cards. And then, okay, so back to this. So if you want to sign for bingo, that's the QR code. And then these are some of the things we've been making in my Halloween series. So there's that same cat, but we colored her a little differently for the card. Today I was making sure she had some Daffodil Delight in her skirt. Before I had the skirt, it was the Petunia Pop, and then the little shirt was Pumpkin Pie. So these are little note cards that we made, and they were in your kit, and we just decorated them. Super, super cute. So they're great for Halloween packages, and of course, don't forget your Wink Estella on all your cards. Okay, another card we made in this series. This was all in August, but we're going to continue. Oh, by the way, if you made any of these projects that we're showing you here, Janet has started in the VIP group a challenge where you post your Halloween projects made with these suite. So be sure to post your Halloween projects. I've been focused on this suite for a month, and you have a whole another month to post those projects. So be sure to make something that I showed you or something from this suite in general, whether I showed you or not. Just post some Halloween projects in that challenge. That's what's going on for the month of September. Okay, thank you. You like the candy bags? Okay. Okay, what size is the bag? I just told you, go to the Amazon store. It's the 2-inch bags, and you're going to see the ones in my Amazon store, 2-inch bags. And they're going to come in a package of 100. Let me show you the package. And you have to cut off the top. Okay, so make sure you use the link on my Amazon store to get the exact ones because they make so many different variations of these. So they're going to be really long, and you got to cut them down. Okay, so, and they fit perfectly. I mean, look, it doesn't get tighter than that. It's just so professional and cute. And you want to get I get 300. I usually buy them in bulk. I don't just do anything small. Like, I just make a lot of the same thing. All right, Halloween projects. Let's show you the rest of it. On Friday afternoons, I have an auction, so I like put all this stuff away because I couldn't walk in here. And then now that I'm almost cleaned up from it, I'll be spending Thursday getting ready for the next one. But it's fun. It's fun, fun, fun. All right, so next thing I want to tell you about as I'm showing you the Halloween projects, we talked about bingo. I have a Jolly Delivery Workshop series as well. To get on my mailing list to find out about these things. But one thing, and I'll hold this here for a second because it's kind of small, is I'm having a mini catalog and online exclusives designer series paper share. The registration for this is open until September 10th. So you still have time to sign up for it. And you have a chance to get some embellishments as well. I'm trying to get a couple different orders in. I will be ordering tonight, and I'll be ordering again by the 10th. And then I'm going to get all the items, divide them up, and you're going to get all your samples of paper. Not the one I'm showing you right now, this Halloween. It's the new paper that's coming out. Okay, here's a little tag we made. And by the way, if you missed my scan and cut tutorial, I showed you how to triple layer these cute little critters that you cut out with the designer series paper. Oh, thank you, Cards by Chris. Your stuff is going to come too, and I don't know if I don't think I shipped it all yet. I just couldn't ship all the packages out today. It was just so overwhelming. And now I'm still finding stuff. Like this one I found, there was like a die that it was just like laying there. I was like, oh my gosh, I found it. Anyway, aren't these cute? These are scan and cut. Now you guys have iridescent bags. They're part of this suite. Look at how cute. And they put the little toys in there. Look how cute it is when you make your little tags. So we did this in the scan and cut. We made tags with the scan and cut, but we decorated the tags using the paper. And all we had to do is stamp this. These are so easy to make. And you can make multiples with your scan and cut. So be sure to make tags. Actually, I'll probably at the end, when I'm all done making my treats, I'm still doing a shaker card project and another 3D project right for you this month. And when I'm done, I think I'm just going to slap these onto the bags. Like these little tags. Okay, we talked about making little boxes. This is a Petunia Pop box, and we made it with cardstock. It really works well with cardstock. But at the same time, I showed you how to make the same box with designer series paper. And you can make the paper go in either direction, in either orientation. I mean, like horizontal or vertical. And then that was a fun little project. And here's another box made of, oops, stuck on you. Oh, you know I'm obsessed with this ribbon. Okay, and here's another one with the flamingo dressed like a little princess. We showed you what candy was in there. And another tag bag. Yeah, these were all fun tutorials. So if you missed it, they're all back in my channel here. They're all on my YouTube channel. We did little suitcases. These are all full of treats already. See, I'm getting ready for Halloween. How about you guys? And I'll probably take a picture of all these before I give them all away so we can have inspiration. Now, on the back of these little suitcases, I think these are on the last chance item too. So what the heck, guys? This is cute. Why are these going away? These are great little suitcase treat boxes. But they go with the suite of products that's going away. I think they should have kept the treat boxes, if you ask me. So we decorated both sides of the suitcases. These are heavy duty. We didn't even have to even make the suitcases ourselves. We just decorated them. See? Both sides. Now we also have a kit right now that's out. Okay, and in your Halloween workshop series, you had 3 boxes that you can just decorate at your leisure. I put them in your kit. Now you just decorate them based on the kit that we're selling, so you can just get inspiration from that. So this was one I made together with you. Super simple to make 15 boxes out of that kit. So those are all the Halloween projects we've been doing so far. Not bad, right? Not bad for just 1 month of featuring this on my channel, and including we also did like card club tutorials at the same time, sneak peeks of things, sneak peeks. So yeah, we've had a lot of fun with Halloween. Anytime I see cute critters, I get obsessed and want to focus on it for like a long time. So this is this month's workshop series. And then next month, not only are we having a bingo on this, but I'm having a workshop. And the workshop is going to be, you can get a whole kit of stuff. All right. I don't have the little link for my workshop, but I do have a link to my auction. And every Friday at 3, at least for now, until I destash enough stuff where I can kind of, just get back to being like, I don't want to say Zen-like because my craft room's never Zen-like, but getting back to be where I have more room for my stuff. and getting rid of things that I no longer use. I have a little auction on my site, and I have it at 3 o'clock. And then sometimes I'm not doing the 11 o'clock one this weekend. I don't think, because I'm having my brother's visiting, but I'm gonna have the 3 o'clock one for sure. What I do is, like, I sell bundles, I sell designer series paper, I sell bits and pieces of things, and then I also just do like $1 or $2 deals on retired items, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you can come. Mini paper pumpkin boxes. I have a couple of them, Melissa, that are already like packaged up that I just ready to decorate. The mini paper pumpkin boxes, I love those too. And I just keep them, and like when I need to decorate them, they're already assembled, and I just throw paper on the front of them. Absolutely love them too. So, okay, I'm glad you guys are having fun at those auctions. So you get, when we're just going to end with the catalog going live, but when you go to an auction, you can get, if you've never been to one, you can get $15 credit, and you can use it at my store or anybody's store, anybody's auction, not just mine. So you can go anywhere and shop on the site and you get $15 coupon. And full disclosure, this is my link, so I get $5 in credit. So you guys see me shopping on there too. It's because you guys are shopping, I'm shopping right along with you. So you're shopping, and then you use your 15 credit, I get 5 credit. We're all happy campers buying more craft supplies that we don't need, but it's all good. It's all good. So here we go. Mini catalog, September to December. Lots of beautiful papers coming out. All of this and the online exclusives are being released at 2 a.m. If you want to get on my newsletter, you'll get coupons to my scan and cut courses. You'll get coupons to different things and links to everything I'm up to. And you can just join my mailing list at this site. And probably tomorrow night, I will be mailing out this, or maybe maybe the next day. Retired Stampin' Up! Items, yes. I have retired Stampin' Up! Items, Tracy. And I also have, even close to my heart, some of that old stamps retired. And I have things like random things like big styes. Like I have paper pumpkin kits. I do have other sort of like random things just from all over the craft room. So yes, but a lot of retired Stampin' Up! Items, especially the designer series paper. Oh, you did, Rosemary? You got kitchen items? So you went to, I went to that snack place too. They sent me like all this candy, and like, it's kind of like not expired, but it's kind of, it's older candy, but it's still like not expired, and it's not meltable candy. So I was happy with my candy box. All right. Thank you, Pam, for watching the replay later. And for anybody I didn't get to say hi to, we'll meet you again tomorrow night, kind of late, to do a catalog walkthrough. And we'll be making that little box from the Jolly Delivery. I already have it. We're gonna show you how it works, the die. Okay, tomorrow night. That's part of the walkthrough. Okay, talk to you later. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening.